A spokesperson for the South Dakota Department of Corrections tells KELOLAND News no one lost their life and no one suffered life-threatening injuries and violence this week at the Mike Durfee State Prison in Springfield.
According to the DOC, a fight among inmates there resulted in injuries to 6 inmates along with some staff members. And 2 days ago, we heard from inmates on the other side of the barbed wire. In tonight's top story, KELOLAND's Dan Santella continues the conversation with one of them.
We first heard from Diego Nelson in person on Wednesday, shortly after arriving in Springfield. It may not have been a typical interview, given the barbed wire fencing and distance.
This place ain't safe.
Now over the phone, we're hearing from him again. Again, he shares that he doesn't feel safe as an inmate at Mike Durfee State Prison.
No, I honestly don't, and a lot of people don't. And it doesn't so much have to do with the gang. It just has to do with how understaffed this place is. You were here, you got a resounding answer of no, we are not safe.
He's right. Here's how fellow inmates responded to my yelled question on Wednesday.
Do you feel safe in there?
No! The latest data from the South Dakota DOC tells us that the facility has slightly more than 1,200 inmates, making it the largest facility in the correctional system. And a statewide facility plan from early 2022 states, quote, "These buildings were not constructed to accommodate the level of abuse and wear that is common in a prison, nor the level of supervision required in a correctional environment." The prison today sits on the campus of a school that no longer exists, University of South Dakota at Springfield. Nelson says understaffing here contributed to the violence at the prison this week.
There was multiple inmates, at least 10 plus that we could see from our own vantage point, that were covered in blood. Shirts that are starch white were covered in blood red.
And he stresses that understanding the scope of the problem here requires looking well beyond the unrest of the last few days.
This issue is bigger than what has just happened this week. We need change. They cannot continue to put off until tomorrow the responsibility of today. These are people's lives, both inside and outside.
Dan Santella, KELOLAND News.
And Dan today requested an interview with either the DOC Secretary, Kelly Wasco, or the warden of Mike Durfee State Prison, but has not heard back on the request. Now, Dan is also preparing a longer investigative report that's going to air on Monday night about safety concerns at the prison.